quick update on one of my chickens who had a sour crop and what the ultimate outcome for her was. Unfortunately, her health declined and we did have to put her down, and that sucked. So the first time I noticed she has sour crop, I didn't even know what it was. I knew that she looked visibly uncomfortable. Like, her body seemed a little bit bloated. She was walking funny. She did this thing with her neck where she twisted, and I was like, that's not normal. So I ran to YouTube really quickly to see what I could do, and I quickly learned that it was something called sour crop or impacted crop, and there's two different things. But I think my chicken just has sour crop from what I could observe from her. So at first, I would help her to regurgitate her food that was trapped inside her crop. I did that for a little bit, which helped. Didn't make the problem go away. I did isolate her at one point. I did the isolate your chicken for 24 hours, don't feed her water or anything. I did do that. I made sure she got some like apple cider vinegar mixture in her system after that 24 hours. And then, that wasn't seeming to really help her. She wasn't really going back to normal. So I got her a crop bra, a chicken crop bra, which I have a video on. And that really did seem to help her for a while. She didn't like wearing it at first, but I think the next day she got used to it. But it helped to support her crop so it wasn't just hanging. And that seemed to help. It seemed like she was getting better at digesting her food by wearing that. She wasn't doing the weird neck thing. She didn't seem bloated. She seemed fine for a little bit. And then up until maybe like a week and a half ago, I noticed she had been looking visibly uncomfortable again, and she was doing that weird neck thing, and I was like, oh, here we go. So I helped her to regurgitate, and then, after that she seemed fine. Well, I think maybe the next day that week, I went outside to go collect my eggs, and I noticed her on the ground, sitting outside, not looking good. And I was like, that doesn't look good. So I went over to her, I picked her up, and I actually took her outside of the run away from the other chickens so I could just kind of look at her. And she was not doing good. She was kind of slumped over, didn't even want to try to stand up, couldn't really keep her head up. She, kept bobbing her head. Her eyes were kind of opening and closing slowly. She was just not doing good. And I was like, well, this is not good. So I was like, I don't think she's going to be better by tomorrow. I don't think she's going to be better. So unfortunately, we had to put her down. That was that. Luckily, my boyfriend took care of that for me. I can't do it. I just can't. So he helped take care of that for me. But it seemed like the crop was affecting her health as a whole. She looked like she was suffering. So, stuff like that, the chicken either springs back from and they get better, or they don't. And personally, I don't think it's worth going to the vet over. They're either going to say, here's some meds, this will help your chicken get better, or they're going to say, yeah, I think you should just let her go. And, now you've saved yourself a vet bill. So, we had only had her for maybe like 1.5 years, so it was not really her time to go anyway. Other than her crop, she was okay, but and again, don't know how it happened. We'd had her since she was a little itty bitty thing. So it just happens. And like I said, sometimes the chickens can get better, you know, if you actively try to treat the crop and just do everything you can. And then sometimes they don't spring back, and you have to kind of make the call, you know, and it sucks. And this is one of those things, when it comes to owning chickens, pigs, goats, whatever. We only have chickens right now. This is one of those things where sometimes you have to make that call. It's unfortunately one of the hard parts about homesteading and farming, and it's hard because you do fall in love with your animals. You love them and you want to take care of them and you want them to have the best possible life ever, and sometimes it just doesn't work out that way when they get sick like that and you don't have any other choice. So anyway, I just thought I would give that little update that homesteading is not always easy or fun, and you have to make decisions that you don't really want to make because you want the best for your animals, but sometimes the best thing to do for them is to end their suffering. So anyway, that's the update on her. She is, hopefully her spirit is flying free in chicken land and not suffering anymore. So that's that. Bye.